Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen. I decided I'm going to do a cooking scope today. Now, with that being said, I'm not doing cooking scopes every day, as I told you before. I'm only going to do them once in a great while. So you'll have to bear with me. I'll do of every so often, but I'm not doing them every day because it just gets too much. Hi, Benita. Those that are coming in, it's just too much to buy all the food and everything. So I'm cutting way back. But I decided to do another skillet one today, and it's going to be a skillet cookie. I love doing anything in the skillet because it makes it a lot easier. You don't have so much work to do. Everything's done in the skillet. And it's in my 10-inch Pampered Chef skillet again. It's going to be a simple recipe, I think. I've been doing the prep work, so that's why I'm just now coming on. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. I've been doing the prep work, trying to get everything done, trying to get ready to come in here. But like I said, you'll see me I'll do cooking scopes maybe twice a week or something, but not like I have been doing, because I want to do crocheting scopes. I want to do tutorials and stuff, show people how to make things so they can do that too. So that's another vision of mine that I want to do. But I know people liked my cooking scopes, and I wanted to come in here and do this today because I know you've been missing them, and I've been missing coming in here. So I wanted to come in here and do one for you today. Welcome to everybody coming in. Thank you for coming in. And we're going to see how this is going to come out. This is skillet cookies are awesome anyway. A while back I made a chocolate chip skillet cookie. This is going to be a peanut butter with a little bit of chocolate chips in it, so it'll be a lot better. And I didn't make my own peanut butter this time. I just used the peanut butter that I had from the store, the Skippy, and then I just took the coconut oil and what I did is I just heat them in the melted them in the microwave together. It doesn't really matter. They're already melted. So let me step away for a little bit. So I wanted to come in here so I can show you how to make a skillet cookie. I know everybody wants to learn, and I want to show you how as well. And if you don't have Pampered Chef skillets, get with Alexis whenever you see her and tell her that you'd like to be a consultant or you'd like to host a party and get yourself a skillet, because these skillets are awesome. And everybody knows I'm using a 10-inch skillet. Now, I did have fried potatoes in here for lunch, but these things practically wash themselves up. You just rinse them out and they're pretty much clean. Okay, my oven just got lit, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on in right now, but I'll start it back up when I'm ready to put this in there. It'll still be hot. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Okay. What I'm going to do. Oh, I plan on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. And I've got my bowl here, and I'm going to mix a few things in my bowl. I'm going to do this in steps. So I'll put my iPad right here on my skillet until I'm ready to use it. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. Okay, I've got mostly everything measured out. I've got a few things I haven't measured out yet, like my baking soda, which is aluminum-free, and the salt. I'll measure that out when I need it. For right now, I had preheat my oven, and I'm not greasing my cast iron skillet because you don't need to. They say to grease it with butter and set it aside. I could grease it, I suppose. I didn't really grease it because this is a skillet that you really don't need to grease it. Everything it more or less cleans itself. But I'll probably put maybe just a little bit. I might take some coconut oil and do it too. Let me see if I can find I'll just use a little coconut oil. Well, I can use a little butter too. I got some vegan butter. Let me do that. I'll just grease it with a little vegan butter. I didn't even see that on there. And I'll just grease it with vegan butter, and it'll be fine. I'll just take a little bit of this. See, I dip into this in the mornings with my toast. So I just really don't need to grease it, but maybe I better because I don't want anything happening. So, I do too. I love peanut butter in any way, shape, or form. I do. Peanut butter is good for you. I love it. Of course, if people are allergic to peanut butter, they could probably use almond butter. Maybe you can make it almond butter, or sunflower seed butter. You can use sunflower seed butter, whatever. So I'm going to put this back, and I'll be right there. All right, now I'm going to get this started, and I'm going to, and it says in a medium bowl, mix the oats, the flour, the baking soda, salt, and set aside. Okay. Mix the oats, the flour, the baking soda. And here's my oats. And these are rolled oats, but I don't think it really matters. Oats, the flour, all-purpose flour. And you got a half a teaspoon of baking soda. And a half a teaspoon of salt. And I use sea salt, everybody knows. This is about empty. I'll put some for my, well, I'm just going to put everything here. I don't think it's so much anyway. Okay, I'm not even going to bother with that because I'll have to add some more to it later. So that's sit out. Okay, now, I've got this, let's see. Okay, if I come medium bowl, mix it. I'm just going to take like I'll just take my whisk and I'll just mix it this way. Sometimes it works better with a whisk. You can get everything whisked really well. And I'll just set this aside. And I done melted my coconut butter. I probably better put it in a different bowl because I'm going to have to add the dry to the wet. That's what they're saying, or the wet to the dry, whatever. So I'm going to have to, I'm going to set this aside so I don't spill that out. Put it right there. Okay, and then now, and then I already microwaved my coconut oil, and then add coconut sugar, honey, and almond milk, and stir until well combined. Okay, alternate, you can nothing more milk. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I probably better get a different bowl, and I'm going to. I think I'll use my batter bowl. That'll work because you have to have a big enough bowl to be able to put everything together. So I'll just use my batter bowl. All right. These are all Pampered Chef, by the way. Okay. Now, in order to that, I have to add my coconut sugar, honey, and almond milk, and stir until well combined, and add eggs in. Now, this calls for eggs, but I'm not using eggs. I'm using flax. So you can do that. You can substitute flax for any eggs in any recipe. Okay, and a saucepan on the stove. And okay, now I'm going to put this in my. I'll put this in here. I'm going to have to do dishes afterwards anyway, so I might just, well, it doesn't matter. This was a 2-cup prep bowl, by the way, from Pampered Chef. Okay, now it says to add the coconut sugar, the honey, and the almond milk, and stir until well combined. Okay, how much coconut sugar do I need? 3/4 of a cup of coconut sugar. Okay, I can use this and add to 3/4 cup because this is empty now. Okay, and I'll get my coconut sugar, and I'll make sure I move this stuff so I don't tip my tripod over. I love coconut sugar, and this is pure unrefined coconut sugar. This never seems to get hard like the brown sugar does. I don't know why, but the brown sugar gets really hard. Let me get a spoon and spoon that out instead of pouring it out. Probably better because I'll make a mess if I try to pour it out. And I'll put my oven back on in a minute. I want to make sure it doesn't lose too much heat. It'll lose a little bit, so I'll put it back on so it can start heating back up again. It got preheated pretty fast, so I want to put this back up here and keep it so it doesn't get overheated. All right. Just let it cool down for a little bit. All right. This is going to be 3/4 of a cup of coconut sugar. Okay, and I'll go ahead and put this back. All right. Coconut sugar. All right. Now, I can put this back too. Coconut sugar, the honey, and the almond milk, and stir until well combined. I'm not going to use honey. I'm going to use maple syrup. People can use honey if you want to, but I'm going to use maple syrup. And I got to see how much of that I need. I mean, I need well, it's 1/4 cup. So I'll use this here for 1/4 cup of honey. or actually maple syrup, I should say. I just had a little thing. There's motion at my door, but that Ring doorbell is real sensitive, and sometimes it ends up bringing. I had to set my motion different because it was ending up giving every few minutes was motion out there. So I had to change the motion so it wouldn't do it out to the street. Okay, now, well, my maple syrup's gone, so I got to fill that up again. I got to get a new one. All right, and coconut and almond milk and stir until well combined. How much almond milk do I need? Let's see, 2 tablespoons. Okay, that's not much. Okay, I've got my tablespoon. I use this one, and I've got my almond milk here. Make sure I don't tip my thing over. 2 tablespoons. All right. Okay. Now, okay. That's kind of why we use the batter bowl, because I have to put that floured mixture into here, and I want to make sure I've got plenty of room, because if you don't have enough room, it's not going to work right. Okay. And this is the Pampered Chef whisk. So this is an actual good whisk. It really whisks it really well. And then add the eggs and vanilla and mix well. And like I said, I didn't add eggs. I used a flax egg. And I'm gonna put this back, and then I'll get my vanilla in there. Let me see how much vanilla I need. I've tried to 2 teaspoons. Okay, 2 teaspoons of that. Okay, so I'll just use this. I have to wash it anyway. These are the stackable ones. If you don't have these, yes, it is. If you don't have the stackable ones, you can get these from Pampered Chef or Alexis. I love these stackable ones. They're awesome. They're really awesome. I'm gonna put this back. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. All right. Now I'm gonna mix this well. I think a whisk is real good at mixing it too. You get right in there and you can whisk it. And if you haven't got this whisk, I recommend this whisk, because you can see how close these tines are together. This is an awesome whisk. Other whisks I've had have not done the job that Pampered Chef whisk does. All right. Now, okay, now pour dry ingredients to the wet peanut butter mixture and mix until well combined. Okay, now that's what I'm saying. That's why I used my batter bowl, because I got to pour all this in here. And it's going to be thick. Ooh, that's going to be awesome. Wow, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome. Thank you to those that have come in. And thank you for inviting your followers. I do appreciate it very, very much. I'll come on tomorrow. Hopefully I'll come on tomorrow. I don't know if I'll do a cooking scope or what. But Wednesday I won't be on because I'll be at my son's. During this time of day I'll be at my son's. So I won't be able to do one that day. That's the day I spend with my, we reminisce about, different things that have happened, and we'll have there's just them and me. It's just 5 of us, but it's a real good Christmas Day anyway, with just 5 of us. It's a small one, but you don't have to have a lot of people to enjoy yourself. Okay, now pour dry ingredients and mix well and add chocolate and/or peanut butter chips and stir until evenly distributed. Okay, I'm gonna take all right, and I've got some chocolate. The carob chips is what I've got, and I've got those all measured out. As you can see, there's a cup, and I'm gonna put those in here. Try to get this cleaned out a little bit. Don't want to waste anything. I might even save this. I might save this for Thanksgiving. Yeah, right. That's a long time from now. For Christmas dinner too, or Christmas dessert. I might just do that too, maybe. Okay, and it says spread the dough in the prepared skillet and bake in the preheated oven for 15 to 20 minutes or until the edges are just barely browned and the center is set but still a little wiggly when shaken. Do not overbake. So I will not overbake on this because you don't want to do that. It says the cookie will be a little jiggly when you remove it from the oven. It will continue to cook and set up in the cast iron skillet as it cools. So it will continue to cook. So I'm going to put my thing down so you can watch me put this into my and this is the 10-inch skillet. I was going to use the 8 because I had a recipe all set up for the 8, and then I got to looking, well, which skillet is this supposed to have? And it's the 10-inch. So the one I was going to do for the 8 would have taken it was a brownie I think you made in the skillet, but it took chickpeas. And I thought that's the recipe I brought up, but it was this. And I thought, well, I'll just make this and then because I like peanut butter cookies anyway. I think that one had peanut butter in it too, but it also had chocolate in it and had a can of chickpeas in it, maple syrup, I think, different things in it. So, but I like this, and I've been finding all kinds of desserts to make. Spread this out. You can see it's nice and thick. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to get this put in there. And like we said before, with these Pampered Chef skillets, you cannot put the handles in the oven. The handles are not oven friendly and they will melt. So you got to be careful. So you have to take your handles off, and I'm going to do that in a little bit. Get this clean. I want to clean my mess up here before I go too far. I had to throw my green thing away that I had because it got, oh, thank you for the super hearts, because it got all bad and it wouldn't stick to my cupboard anymore, and then I cracked it when I put to throw it away, so it's no good anyway. So I'm gonna put my soda back and I'll be right there. Go. Okay, now I'm gonna put this in here. It says 15 to 20 minutes, and I'm gonna put it in for 15. Well, I might put it in for 17, just for the heck of it. So 15 to 20, I put it in 17. That sounds about right. Or 18. Well, maybe I just better put 15. Alexa, set the timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now. By the way, you can ask me how much time is left at any time.
Isn't that awesome? I'm usually really enjoying that, Alexa. I have the one that Alexis has, and yeah, I've just got the dot. This doesn't have the show on it. It doesn't have the way it can show me the front door. That one will come later. Or I can put that in another place. But thank you to everybody coming in here, and thank you for being here. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Yes, I do. I really do. It's awesome. It really is. It tells me jokes and yeah, I really do. It makes my life so much easier. She gives me the weather every morning. I ask her what the weather is, and she'll tell me what the weather is, and it makes it really, really nice. I really do like her a lot. You know, a lot of people have Alexa, and they also have the Ring doorbell, which I have that as well. I swear by that Ring doorbell. I'm glad I've got that. I wish I'd have got it a lot sooner. But I do love that Ring doorbell. If you don't know, if you need security, you know, and especially with me by me living alone, I need it more than anybody else would anyway. And I thought, well, I might just as well get it. It didn't cost me all that much, less than $200 because I got $70 off. It was on sale. So I thought, well, shoot, I might as well get it. And I did not. Yeah, I do, Vanita. Yes, I certainly do. Yep, I do. The honey is a liquid, but it's not as much of a liquid like your milk and stuff is. So I just put it on the solid side. But yes, I do use the liquid. Yes, I do for the milk and stuff like that. But I love having the ring because I feel now I'm more secure. I don't have to worry about anything happening. And when there's motion at my door, it lets me know it, and I can check the video and see what's going on. And nobody's rung my doorbell yet. So until they ring the doorbell, I don't really worry about it. Was it Sabbath? I think it was. Yeah, Sabbath is when my Pampered Chef came from the Secret Santa, and it ended up, I didn't know that they were at the door. They didn't ring the doorbell because they never do the FedEx, and they just dropped it off. And then it said there was motion at the door, and I went out and checked, and there it was. So I looked at the video, and I said, oh, yep, there I saw him drop it off. I just didn't see it right away when he did it. Because if he'd rung the bell, I could have seen him ring the bell, and I would have gone out there and, I could have talked to him without even, because you could talk to him for your phone, your iPad, or whatever. Talk to him without opening up the door. That's what's so nice about it. You can talk to him without even opening up the door. Welcome to those that are coming in for the very first time. So that makes it very, very nice. I did it for my protection since I live alone. I thought it's better to do it that way because you never know. It's better to be safe than sorry. And I figured I'll be protected that way, and I'll know whenever somebody comes to the door because I can see it. And even when I go out the door, I set it up on my phone to chime. So when I go out the door or I go in the door, it'll start chiming to let me know that there's somebody at my door. And I can look at the video and watch. Because my daughter asked me, she says, Mom, can you see yourself coming in the door? Yep, can see myself coming in the door. So it is kind of funny. Anyway, what's everybody's weather doing today? I think we're going to be a high of 47 today. That's what I found out this morning. We've been mild the last few days. We've been in the 50s, but now we're sunny and a little cool. I think Christmas Day, we're only going to be about a high of 45 with a low of about 32. So it's going to get quite cold that night. So we're starting to get a little cooler at night because it's been in the 50s the last few nights, 50s at night and almost 60 in the daytime. But, it is what it is. This is winter after all. This is December, and you're going to have the weather's going to change on you, But I hope that everybody does have a wonderful holiday. Those that celebrate it, and I know there are people in here that don't celebrate Christmas, and that's totally fine. If you don't celebrate it at all, well, I hope your day's a blessed one anyway. But those that do celebrate with their family, I hope that they have a blessed day and that you enjoy the time with your family. Because, the times with our families are very, very precious, and we should never, ever take those times with our families for granted, ever. Because one of these days, they're not, thank you, because one of these days, we're going to be gone and they're going to be gone, and then we're going to wonder where the time had gone. So we've got to stay close to our family and enjoy our families while we have them, because, we don't live forever. You can be here today and gone tomorrow. So 57 and sunny. Oh, you're going to be in the 60s the rest of the week. Awesome. Wow, you're going to really have mild weather. I tell you, when we're in the 40s and 50s here in Oregon for this time of year, I'll take it. I'm not going to complain a bit. It's better than being in the 20s and 30s or being below zero. My daughter had that real bad snowstorm last week, and my son-in-law was off of work for a couple of days, but now they're in the 50s and their snow's almost gone. So I bet you do. Oh, 65 in Atlanta tomorrow on Christmas. That's awesome. 65 for Christmas Day. You can't beat it. That's an awesome. I think like I said, we're going to be 45 and a low of 32, unless it's changed. I don't know what the weather's going to do at this point because I have the weather app on my phone. I can't check it when I'm on here. But I can ask Alexis on Christmas morning what we're going to do. But it ought to be really nice. It'll be sunny going down. 70 in Orlando and raining. Well, we've had rain the last few days. Thank goodness it's not raining now. It's sunshiny. But the last few days it's been kind of miserable out there. It's been raining so hard. But they said we were going to get lots of rain, and we did. Substantial rainfall. But now that we're sunshiny, I'm going to take advantage of it. I'll probably, when I get off later and get my dishes washed, I'll probably go walk the dogs if it's not real late. I like to get them walked before 4 o'clock so I can get home and everything, But hopefully it'll stay this way for, at least through Christmas and then after. Oh, you have tornado weather in the winter? Oh my goodness, that's something, Vanita. Wow. Yeah, those that get tornadoes, that's not good. We don't get tornadoes here, and we don't get hurricanes where I'm at here in Oregon. But we can get cold. We did have, like I said, we did have snow in February. It got 18 inches of snow. I'm not looking forward to January and February coming because we can get really severely cold. But there's not much I can do about it. If it chooses to get really bad, I just have to pray that it doesn't stay that way too long and I can get out. Because boy, I tell you, if I get where I can't get out because the snow's so bad, because I won't drive in the stuff. I get cabin fever, and boy, I'm itching to get out, and I'll wait until it starts melting. And when I start seeing the grass, I'm ready to go. Even if there is a little bit of snow on the roads, I try to be careful. But my son would rather I stay home when there's snow on the ground because he doesn't want me driving in it because he said it's too dangerous. And I'm not too sure of myself in the snow anyway. So I'd rather just wait until we have weather like we have now. What's either raining or sunshine and beautiful weather. I don't mind it now, but boy, the snow, ice is even worse than snow. I can drive in snow pretty well, but you get the ice, the black ice. We know what black ice can do. You can't see it, so then you come up to it, and then you start spinning, and then you got to try to compensate and turn your wheel the opposite direction of the spin, which I did a few years ago. I was coming home from the downtown because I had to go to the courthouse, and I was coming home. This was in January, and there was I saw it when I was going where I drive to go downtown. There was snow, or there was black ice, and I thought, well, maybe it'll be melted before I get to it. Nope, I forgot where it was at, and boy, I got to it, and I started spinning out, and I started hitting so I got close to a concrete abutment on the other side of the road, and I thought, oh no, I don't want to hit that because that's going to really damage my car. So I was able to get out of that spin and get myself going straight. And it was just a little patch of it, but it doesn't take that much for you to spin out. Just a little patch of it. Once I got through that patch, I was fine. I was good to go. But it was a little scary there for a little bit. I should have remembered where it was at, but I didn't pay attention, and I come up to it, and boom. I was into it before I realized it. So if you guys don't ever get black ice, and I'm sure most of you probably do, you know what it is. They call it black ice for a reason, because you can't see it. Regular ice you can see, but when it comes to black ice, you cannot see. The visibility is very, very poor. So I hate black ice. I won't drive in ice if I can avoid it. I won't drive in snow if I can avoid it. Even if I have to sit in my house for a week or more and, be bored. I'm not going to get out in it and get myself injured or hit somebody else, kill somebody else, because that's the sad thing of it. I'd be afraid that I would wreck my car. Not only that, I would hit somebody and kill them, and I don't want that at all. That would be devastating to me. So I don't get out in it. But right now the weather is okay. I need to get out tomorrow. I need to get out for a short time tomorrow. So in the morning. Yeah. Tomorrow I got to get out for a little bit. I got to go to the bank because I got to get some money out for my son. Because I didn't get him much for Christmas. So to compensate, he's going to get money to kind of equal the rest of them. The rest of them wanted more than he did. His gift wasn't very much. So I thought, well, I'll just give him money to kind of help. So I got to do that tomorrow. And then I'll, people are saying that Walmart is a nightmare. I can just imagine. You can't find a place to park, and it's like a zoo in there. Let me get some water. And it's like a zoo. I don't like going to Walmart when it's this time of year. It's horrible. But it is what it is. You got to deal with it anyway. So I'm hoping that it won't be. But I know tomorrow being Christmas Eve, Walmart is going to be pretty crowded because people will be doing the last minute shopping. They'll be buying the last minute gifts and their wrapping paper and stuff, And then of course on the 26th on Thursday, there's going to be a zoo again because people are coming in there with refunds, returns. Also that they'll have probably Christmas stuff, 50, 60% off. People are going there and fill their carts up with that kind of stuff, you know. That's the time to buy stuff, is when it's 50, 60% off. Yep, it is. You're right. My daughter and I were talking about that this morning. Walmart, on Christmas Day, that's the only day of the year they're closed. 365 days a year, and they're just closed on Christmas. They don't close on Thanksgiving because they have their, their sales coming up that night for Black Friday. So they don't close Thanksgiving at all. But Christmas they do. So that's the only day of the entire year that they close. So you know they make a lot of money because they're open all the time. And I think they're open till 10 o'clock at night, 6 a.m. in the morning to 10 at night, I think. Something like that. And I don't know. They're going to be closing early tomorrow. They'll be closing, I think, probably at 6 p.m. tomorrow. And then they won't open up again until about 6 a.m. on Thursday. So they're going to be closed for about 36 hours or so. But that's good for the employees. They need that time off because they work so hard as it is. They need to have that extra day off and not have to deal with going in. And it's going to be bad enough on Thursday. They're going to have to go in there and deal with all the returns coming in and what have you. And I can imagine it's going to be a total nightmare. I would not want to work those days when they get the returns. Oh, my goodness, because it's terrible. This time of year, I don't understand it, but you're right. This time of year, people are more rude than ever. I don't understand. I don't know if they're like the Grinch. They don't have a very good attitude, and they get real testy, especially if somebody would cut in line or somebody has a cart filled full of stuff, and they don't have very much. Normally, when that happens, if I see somebody behind me that's got, no Christmas spirit, you're right. If I see somebody behind me that's got less in their cart than I have, like just a few items, I will let them go ahead of me. And I tried to do that one time to somebody, and they says, "Oh no, please don't worry about it. Just go ahead, just keep going. I don't have to go ahead of you." They weren't in any hurry. But normally, if somebody's got less than me, I try to let them go ahead of me because it's going to take a little time to get me checked out. But all you can do is say, "Well, go ahead of me." If they don't want to go, you can't force them to. But that's only common courtesy to let them go ahead, because it's going to take you a lot longer to check out, especially when you've got a lot more in your cart. You'd be surprised how many people aren't very courteous at all. They don't know what being courtesy, having good courtesy is. People can be rude, but your customers can be rude, but so can the ones that are checking you out. They can be very, very rude. I've come across some already. Man, they're very, very rude. Yeah, that's true. They cut the light. Okay, there. I think I gotta let it out. Alexa, stop the timer. And it's true. They really cut. They cut into line, and they don't let you. They think they gotta go ahead of you. I gotta shut this off. I forgot. I gotta stop that. And it's terrible that they think they gotta go ahead of you. Because they're in a big hurry. And that's the problem of it is this time of year people are too much of a hurry. Too much of a hurry altogether. I gotta get my having a hard time getting this back on again. It wants to move. Let me get I had this the other day. They don't like to go on too well. But I'm gonna try. I'll get this yet. It's hard. Come back here. Okay. Hold on to that. I don't want the pan moving while I'm trying to get this on. It's hard. Alright, come on. Bear with me, I'll get this. Ow. Got to touch the side of the oven. I'm okay though. I'm fine. Man. I'm gonna keep at it. This is an awkward position. I let it go too soon. That's what I'm doing. I'm letting it go too. It's an awkward position too. Oh man. I'll be right with you as soon as I get this out. It's looking real good, but I've got to get this out of here. If you've never had this problem before, you're lucky. There we go. I just had to move it out a little further. There we go. Now, it's gonna, oh, look at that. Awesome. Doesn't that look good? Yum, 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 yum. And while it's cooling, it's gonna set up in there. I normally can get this thing on here, but I always have a hard time sometimes, but this handle is not, I know it does, doesn't it? I might take it to my sons for Christmas because they like cookies too. They like peanut butter. It's got chocolate chips in it, but I think he'll still eat it. But oh, it looks like Gary's in here. Whoever came in that I didn't see you, thank you for coming in. Yeah, doesn't it look yummy? Oh, yeah, I know. Hi, Pammy, good to see you. Yes, it really is good. And this is a 10-inch skillet. This is the 10-inch skillet from Pampered Chef. You can see I was struggling to get the handle on. It was an awkward position. When it's in the oven, it's a little harder to get it on. To get it off, it's fine. Good to see you, too. It's a little harder to get it on than it is to get it off. But, there's my daughter. Hi, sweetie. Yeah, that's right. Here's my peanut butter cookie. Doesn't that look awesome? You'll have to watch the replay. But since you just came in, sweetie, I'll tell you what's in here. I'll give you the ingredients. I can do that much. Now, I didn't put egg in here. Hi, sweetie. I didn't put egg in here. I used flax egg instead of egg because you can do that if you don't. Since I'm a vegan, I didn't want to use regular egg, so I used flax. So this called for 1 cup of old-fashioned oats. And I think I had rolled oats, but I don't think it really matters. 1 cup of all-purpose flour, all-purpose gluten-free flour. If you're gluten-free, that's what you use. A half a teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of sea salt, a half a cup of coconut oil or butter, and I melted those in the microwave, and half a cup of creamy peanut butter, 3/4 cup of coconut sugar, a 1/4 cup of honey, and instead of honey, I used maple syrup. 2 tablespoons of almond milk. Like I said, 2 eggs slightly beaten. I used flax meal and I used 2 tablespoons of flax to 6 tablespoons of warm water and let it sit to gel up. And then 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract and 1 heaping cup of chocolate chips or peanut butter chips, or both. You can use both. So that's basically what's in here, and it really looks good. I think my son and daughter-in-law might appreciate this for the holiday. I normally don't take anything along, but I'm going to take this, and I think they might really like it. It's going to be good. I like peanut butter cookies too, and I haven't had the last one I made was chocolate chip, but I do like peanut butter in cookies. It really makes it taste good. And I'm starting to find more skillet recipes that I can do in the oven because they're simpler. They're simple. You just put them in the oven and bake them, and and right in the skillet, and it makes a lot of sense. So I've been finding a lot of those. There's a lot on Pinterest. You just have to skillet meals. You have desserts. You have whether it's lunches or complete meals or whatever you want. Yeah, this was easy peasy is right. Very easy. A very easy recipe. It took a little time for the prep work, and you had to do 2 separate bowls. You had to put your dry in one, your wet in the other, and you had to melt your coconut oil and your peanut butter, and then add everything else to it, and then put the dry into it. But it came out really good. I'm really pleased with it. I really, really am. And like I said, this is the Pampered Chef skillet. She has her own bakery. That's awesome. My daughter-in-law, she bakes cakes for not for weddings per se. She probably could, but she doesn't for birthdays, for anniversaries, for babies, stuff like that. And she makes awesome cakes. They will tell her what they want, and she will actually make the cake with maybe little boys want tractors on the cake, and she'll put a tractor on the cake, and they look so real. Of course, you might be a little Matchbox tractor, but the cakes that she makes are awesome. She makes a lot of cakes with she makes a lot of cakes with fondant too. Fondant, she said, is very expensive. It's hard to work with. She gets all of her cake stuff from Amazon because she buys it when she needs it. But that's her side business, is making cakes. and she makes good money at it too. Sells them, and I don't know how much she makes. We say she should have her own bakery, but the problem of it is just the startup cost for her to have a bakery would be astronomical. So I don't think she's going to go that route, but she's just going to keep doing what she's doing. Oh, hi, Alex. Good to see you. You finally made it in here. What do you think of this cookie, Alex? Yeah, it is expensive. What do you think of this cookie? Oh, it's a peanut butter cookie, Alex. It's a peanut butter cookie. And I'll tell you what it has in it. It's got oats, got old-fashioned oats. It's flour, baking soda, sea salt, coconut oil or butter. I've got coconut oil. Creamy peanut butter, coconut sugar, honey. It calls for honey, but you can use honey, but I use maple syrup instead. Almond milk, 2 eggs lightly beaten, but I use flax egg. Yep, peanut butter cookie. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and chocolate chips. You can have a cup of chocolate chips or pure peanut butter chips. Well, this is a skillet cookie. So I'll be sharing it on Christmas, Alex, because I'm going to take it to my sons for Christmas. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share it with my family, because I know they like peanut butter. So I'm going to take that there and or what they don't eat, I'll bring it back home. But I want to make this because it's simple to make, and I like making things in the skillet and putting them right in the oven. With the Pampered Chef skillets, you can do that. Just take your handles off, no problem, because the handles are not, oven friendly. But these are almost like cast iron. They're titanium, very strong skillets. I'm not done. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, wow, poor Alex. Well, you can learn how to make this too, Alex. I do I get all my recipes up on Pinterest. I found this on Pinterest, and I got a lot of stuff saved. So I put this under a vegan skillet recipes or vegan skillet desserts. You want to try mine? Well, too bad I can't pass it through the phone. I can't do that. But it sure does look good. I've got to leave it sit for a while because you got to let it. It keeps on cooking, he says, as it cools. Yeah, you do. You need to follow me on Pinterest because I share a lot of, I save a lot of pins on there, and people will see the pins I've saved, and they'll go back and they'll save them too. You can sell me a 500 meal. It probably won't be very good by that time, Alex. I've got one granddaughter. She's not long lost. I've got one granddaughter out of 6 grandkids. But yeah, I would love to share this with people. But I said I'm going to take it on Christmas. But you can make this too. I'm going to post it up on my vegan Facebook page. And if you don't know what my vegan Facebook page is, it's Karen's Vegan Heaven. Just follow me on there. I post recipes on there, and I tell you exactly how to make it. Yeah, I found it not too long ago, sweetie. Yeah, this is exactly. See that trivet? See what it says on it? Karen's Kitchen. I can't remember where I got this from, but I've had this for years. And this is something very, very special. So I have it in my kitchen. You know, I'm going to have to hang it up somewhere. Oh, good. Oh, good. I keep I keep changing my username in there because I've got a problem with somebody stalking me, and he keeps trying to follow my boards. And every time I block him, he goes and finds me again. I change my username. He finally finds me again, tries to follow my boards. And I had somebody try to message me this morning that was a very subjective, had my name in it with bad words at the end, and I won't tell you what it was, but he tried to message me. I just ignored it. It is scary. It is scary. This person won't leave me alone, but they can come in my Pinterest, they can come in here, but I just ignore them. They're not worth my time. You know, they're not worth the bother it take to blow them up, really, to tell you the truth. Anyway, I'll post this up on my vegan Facebook page because I give you the whole recipe. I give you the picture of what it looks like. Yep, it's best to ignore because they don't like to be ignored. So you ignore them and they'll go away eventually. But I'll post this up on my vegan page and people can try to make it. They say this is for a cast iron skillet. Now, a lot of people will probably go out and buy a cast iron skillet so they can make this. Well, since I have these Pampered Chef and they're titanium, I didn't need a cast iron skillet. This is as good as that anyway. Just take the handles off. Yep, you just have to block and ignore. What I like about these skillets, and when I first saw these Alexis demonstrating them, it really impressed me that you could take the handles off, because there aren't any skillets out there besides these that you could take the handles off. Makes it really nice because you can store them with the handles on or off depending on where you store them at. I can leave the handle on this one on the 8-inch. I just can't on the 12 because it's too big, so I have to take it off of that one. They sure are. And this is 4 layers of titanium. Nothing sticks to it. I had fried potatoes for lunch because I was hungry for them, so I fixed me some fried potatoes. And they're awesome. And I thought, well, I might as well rinse the thing out and use it for this cookie because this is an awesome, awesome recipe. It's simple to do. I love doing stuff like this. It's very easy. I don't like things that are complicated, things that take too long to do. I don't like doing them. I'd rather do something that doesn't take very long. But oh yes, banana bread. Yeah, banana bread's awesome too. It is really awesome. I've made banana bread. I've made zucchini bread. I think I've made pumpkin bread. I've made a carrot bread. You can make any kind of bread that your heart desires. You know, homemade is always the best because you know what's in it. It's made with love, and you don't have to worry about... I've never made pumpkin rolls. I have to try that sometime. When I was in Alexis's scope the other day, I was watching her with that Yule log, and I says, I bet I could make it vegan. She says, well, I bet you could. Well, I was on Pinterest, and I found a vegan Yule log on there. I saved it, because I don't know if I'm going to make it or not, because I won't, probably not for this year anymore, but for next year. But I saved it, and I'm bored. Yeah, I didn't see her this morning. I have to watch her replay. I haven't watched it yet, but she was on last night, so I watched her last night, and she made stuff in the quick cooker. If you're not following her, you follow her, because she does things every morning. She probably won't come on tomorrow morning, though. Oh, you know something? You know your family, grandmother, mother, whatever, can show you how to make stuff, and it never, ever tastes as good as what they made, or turns out the way they made it. For some unknown reason, either we forget an ingredient, maybe they have a secret ingredient, I don't know. But it's so hard to get it to come out the out the way your grandmother or mother made it. My grandmother was a great cook, but I could never cook like her, never. And my kid's grandmother, she was a great cook. She made all kinds of stuff, you know, and I don't think that I'm as good a cook as she ever was. My daughter's probably getting close because my daughter's a real good cook. She's probably better than I am, you know. So I taught her stuff, and she kind of picked it up for me, and she does pretty well herself. But you never can actually make things the way your grandmother or mother made. I don't know what that is. It's just something about it. You know, they have the magic touch, I guess you could say. It's just the way they did it. And, you know, everybody does it different. So you're not going to make it the same way as they did, you know. And it's not going to look the same. You know, it may taste the same, but, you know, I'm always worried about the looks of it, you know, that it comes out good. But I think, though, the taste of it is far better than the looks, because as long as it tastes good, that's all that matters. But this looks good, and I know it's going to taste good, too, as it smells fabulous. I mean, if we had smell-o-scope, you could really smell it. It's really awesome. Be sure to drink plenty of water. Oh, I know. And it wasn't hard to make. And you put it... You're getting hungry. A lot of people do. When they come in my scopes, they really get hungry. This is a real good dessert. Like I said, I'm finding a lot on Pinterest to make in the skillet, and you put the skillet right in the oven. that's what you can do with these, because these are, you know, put them in the oven except for the handles. And I thought I might as well, if I can put the skillet in the oven, I'm going to do it. It's awesome. Nothing happens to the skillet. It's great. You know, take it right from the skillet to the oven and back again, you know, and you can put it on a plate or whatever. But there you go. It looks real good in the skillet. This is the 10-inch skillet. I've also got the 8 and I've got the 12. The 12 would be a little bit big, but this is the 10. So that's what it called for. So right behind me. Yeah, sure you are, Alex. You're typing, but you're right behind me. That's funny. Alex, you're hilarious. He changed his username and it fits him. He's a stinker, all right. It does. It really, really does. Yeah, Alex is a stinker. You little stinker. You're a stinker, all right, Alex. You really are. But, you know, with Christmas coming, I thought, well, I might as well make something that I can take to my daughter-in-law, and maybe they'll like it for dessert. She always has food, but I wanted to take a special kind of cookie. Maybe they'd like it. You know, if they don't eat it, that's fine. They don't want any of it, I'll just bring it back and I'll eat it myself. And it'll take a while to eat it, but, you know, because that hot fudge cake I made the other day, it's almost gone. I've been eating a little bit of it every day, but it is so good. It is awesome. It's just a little bit smidgen left. So I've been eating on it. And that turned out awesome. It really, really did. For some unknown reason, for some unknown reason, my son doesn't care for chocolate. I can't recall him ever disliking chocolate when he was growing up. He may have, but I don't recall. But he won't eat anything with chocolate. So if I make anything chocolate, he's going to pass it up. He won't eat it. Oh, you'll have to watch. This was real simple to make, and look how good it looks too. Look at that. Awesome. You can see the oats in it. You can see the chocolate chips. And this pan stays hot for a long time. That's why I'm using my microwave grips. The handle is cold because you don't put that in the oven. It'll melt it if it did. Well, he told me he doesn't. He won't eat chocolate. He won't eat chocolate pudding. He won't eat chocolate cake. He won't eat chocolate ice cream. He won't eat chocolate pie because my daughter-in-law made some chocolate pies for Thanksgiving. He wouldn't eat any of it. So he won't eat chocolate. Of course, I didn't either because it's chocolate. If it was carob, no, I'd eat it. But he won't eat it. And I told him, I says, I'm not using real chocolate. I'm using carob. I still won't eat it. It looks like chocolate. If it looks like chocolate and it tastes like chocolate, he isn't going to eat it. Well, you know, to each his own. You know, I'm not going to force him to eat something that he doesn't like. I don't think he would mind these too much. There's chocolate chips in here, but there isn't enough chocolate where the whole thing is chocolate throughout. So I don't think that he would really mind it that much. But other than that, this is peanut butter. Tell him it's a peanut butter cookie. But, you know, you can't force somebody to eat something that they don't like. Like I said, I don't remember him ever not liking chocolate when as growing up. Maybe my daughter remembers. I don't remember, but I thought he did, or maybe he didn't eat much chocolate growing up. I know for some reason he just doesn't like it. So, like I said, I won't force him to eat something he doesn't like. Do you remember, sweetie, if he oh, your mom doesn't like chocolate? Do you remember, sweetie, did Stephen like chocolate growing up? Oh, I did. Yeah, I don't remember either. That's my daughter there. Those that are in here, that's my daughter, Laura 0475. I don't remember if he did either, but he sure won't eat it now. He passes everything up. And, you know, if they'll have chocolate cake or something at the potluck at church, he'll pass it up there too. He won't eat it. He just doesn't like it for some reason. I don't know what it is about chocolate, if it's strong or what, but he just doesn't like it. He just doesn't like it at all. Cacao, yeah, I don't really use cacao. I can probably take my carob powder and make hot chocolate with carob powder. But I don't use cacao either. Cacao would be better than Hershey's Cocoa, right? Oh, she tries to come in as much as she can. I know she wouldn't be in right away because she had to pick my son-in-law up from work. He has to work today and tomorrow. So she had to pick him up, you know. So she comes in here. Well, she tries to come in as much as she can. Yeah, she does like to watch me cook. She'll come in and she gets ideas and stuff, you know. And she's learned a lot from me coming in these periscopes, you know. She doesn't scope herself. A lot of people don't, but she comes in and watches me, and I'm so thankful for that because it helps. The more viewers and followers I have, the better. It gets other people interested, you know, and she was always inviting followers to come in here. I don't know where Erlene's at. She hasn't come in at all. Yeah, it's real nice that she can be in here because she's an awesome daughter. You know, I've only got one son, I got one daughter, and I love them both of them. And you know, it's ideal, you know, to have her come in here and watch me. And my son knows I do this, and my daughter-in-law says to me one day, she says, you know something? She says, I can tell that you're happy because you go on Periscope and you know, show what you do, you know. Oh, that's okay. Thank you. Well, hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. Look at my peanut butter cookie. Isn't it awesome? It's so... And I'll tell you what has in it, Cheryl, since you just came in. And there's Missy. Hi, Missy. Good to see you. I'll tell you guys what this skillet cookie has in it. You'll have to go back and watch the replay as to how I made it. Very simple. It's got old-fashioned oats in it, all-purpose flour. It's got baking soda, a sea salt, coconut oil. Or butter. I put coconut oil. Oh, thank you. Peanut butter, coconut sugar. It calls for honey, but I put in maple syrup. You can put in maple syrup. You can put in honey, or you can put agave nectar. Okay, thank you. It's got almond milk in it. Now, it calls for 2 eggs slightly beaten. Since I don't use eggs, I put flax eggs in it. You know, you can make flax eggs with 1 tablespoon of flax meal to 3 tablespoons of your water. And that's how I make that. It calls and pure vanilla extract and a cup of chocolate chips or peanut butter chips. That's what it has in it. Awesome recipe. Simple. You make did everything in a bowl, poured it back into my skillet, put it in a 350-degree oven for 15 minutes, took it out, and this is what I've got. They said not to overbake. This is one thing you cannot overbake. So if you set it, they say 50 to 20 minutes. So if you set it up for 20 minutes, take it out. Don't let it in there any longer because it'll continue to cook while it's cooling because you don't want it to be overbaked because it looks really, really good. So I put it on 15 minutes, and it came out really, really well. With a convection oven, it really does a good job. But I'm going to post this up on my vegan page because I've got a lot of people in there that like to see these recipes. And I haven't posted any up in the last few days because I'm not doing as many cooking scopes as I was because I got to cut back. It's expensive with the food and stuff. Although I didn't have to go to the store for any of this. I had everything already here. So I didn't have to go to the store for that. So that's good. I do have to get out tomorrow for a little bit because I got to go to the bank, get some money out for my son. But other than that, I'm not going to go to the, any more than I have to go. You know, I'll just go in the morning to get that. After I talk to my daughter, then I'll go to the bank and get the money out for him and maybe stop at Walmart, see if there's anything I need there for a recipe I may want to do on Thursday because I'm not coming in on Wednesday. I'll try to come in tomorrow. Hopefully I can come in tomorrow. We'll see how tomorrow goes. So, but definitely not Wednesday because I'll be at my son's. But this was very easy to make. And with these Pampered Chef skillets, being able to put them in the oven, oh, that's awesome. I've always wanted to be able to put a skillet in the oven because most of the skillets they have nowadays, with the exception of the cast iron skillet, because that's what this calls for, you can't put them in the oven. And this, your handle is nice and cold. Oh, you got that right. It's going to be a zoo. Christmas Eve always is. Probably won't be able to beg, borrow, or steal a parking spot. Everybody's going to be getting testy, and they're going to be vying for a parking spot. Oh, thank you. And I hope you do too. I've gone to the store on Christmas Eve just for a short time, and people are actually waiting in line for a parking spot for somebody to pull out. Oh, I bet it was a nightmare, and it's only going to get worse tomorrow. Oh, man, I dread it. I really dread it. Oh, you too. You have a wonderful Christmas as well. Christmas Eve is a bad time to go, but you know, people will be finishing up their shopping tomorrow. They'll be finishing up, you know, everything they have to get. I bet it was. Well, wait until Thursday when they get returns and then you have 50, 60% off on stuff. That's going to be a nightmare again. I don't go out on Black Friday, so I don't think I'll go out on the next Thursday either. Oh, I hope they do too. It's really a nightmare. You know, Black Friday was a nightmare, and I know Thursday will be a nightmare too. Yeah, it's best to stay home, not fight the crowds. You know, I only went out and bought 2 things for my granddaughter. She's getting 3 things for Christmas because she wanted there's 3 things that she wanted. One of them I got online from Amazon. The other 2 I had to go out and buy because you can't buy them online. So I went out and probably could, but I just bought them in the store. So I bought her two things from the store. Everything else I bought my grandson, my son, and my daughter-in-law, and my daughter as well. All were bought online. Don't have to fight the crowds. That is much better because you just sit in your easy chair and just pick out what you want and get it. Oh, I know. You hate the crowds. And you know, the older I get, the worse it is for crowds. I just don't care for crowds. So I'll do anything I can to not. Oh, thank you for oh my goodness, thank you for the super hearts. That's awesome. Anything I can do to avoid the crowds, I will buy. I buy a lot of things through Amazon because you can. Amazon has so much that you can buy. Well, hi, Crunchy Lemon Drop. Good to see you, sis. Look at my cookie. Look at my big cookie. Doesn't that look good too? Oh, I know. Now I'm an Amazon Prime member, so therefore I go on there and I can get stuff relatively fast. So, and something that my son wanted, he called me the other day. He says, well, he wanted something. It wasn't from Amazon. It was on another website. He says, I doubt if you could get him here on time. I thought, well, I'll just get your money then. You know, because I've spent very little on his one gift, and I'll just give him money to compensate for, you know, like the rest of them. But he's the only one getting money. The rest of them got gifts, so they were pretty much got everything they're going to get. But it's fun just to shop online. I used to years ago do a lot of shopping, walking from store to store. You know, not anymore. I mean, if you can do it online, why not do it online? Save yourself some time. Oh my goodness, really? If I had somebody to go shopping with, I probably would enjoy it more. But since I'm by myself, it isn't quite as much fun to go shopping because I have nobody to go with. I don't have anybody to talk to. So therefore, I just bring up the Amazon app on my phone and I just, you know, they'll send me a picture of what they want or a message with the link to the Amazon, and I just go in there and I buy what they want. It's simple. That's all I can do. If she can't walk too much, then that makes it hard too. I mean, I can walk. Like I said, I'm not saying I don't love shopping. I do. I just don't have anybody to go with. I'm by myself. And I don't really like the crowds anymore. The crowds are getting too much, you know. Especially, I've been to the stores on Black Friday. This was a long time ago. And carts are bumping into each other. You're bumping into people. You can't move. And they'll get into a department like the electronics where their televisions might be on sale. And people are fighting over one TV or something. And I'm thinking, it's all ridiculous. Adults that know better, but yet they're fighting over a gift. Oh my goodness. This is, it's absolutely insane. I'm thinking, people, why don't you just shop online and save yourself the hassle? You wouldn't have to fight with anybody over anything. You can just buy it online and get it. It's crazy. People nowadays, they make no sense. They make no sense. They make no sense how they fight over vacuum cleaners or televisions or whatever the electronics might be. They're fighting over it, and it's not good. Hi, Deb. Good to see you. Here's my cookie. Look at my Look at my skillet cookie. Doesn't that look awesome? Oh, it's awesome. Right now I'm to the point, talking about a walker, right now I'm to the point that I get real tired real easily if I walk too long. So I pretty much would need a cane or almost a walker myself. So that's why I'd rather just stay home and do it online. I don't have to bother fighting the crowds. Grandma's famous cookie is right. That does look good. And believe me, the smell is wafting up and I'm going, it's so good. It's so good. And those that just came in, like Deb and those, if you want to know what I put in here, I'll tell you. I won't give you the amounts because that'll go on my vegan page, but I'll tell you what I put in here. Old-fashioned oats, which I think I had rolled oats, but it doesn't really matter. Old-fashioned rolled oats, whatever you have, use it. All-purpose flour or all-purpose gluten-free flour. If you're gluten-free, I'd use that. Baking soda, sea salt, coconut oil or butter, creamy peanut butter, coconut sugar, honey, which I used maple syrup instead of honey, almond milk, I use flax egg instead of regular eggs, vanilla extract, and then chocolate chips. That's all this has in it. Simple as can be, and it looks awesome. Only had it in the oven 15 minutes on 350, and look how it come out. Look at that. And it's separating from the sides, so you know it's good and done. They said don't overbake this, and I'll put that in the recipe. Don't overbake it because it continues to cook as it's cooling. Because they say it's going to be real wiggly, but it continues to cook. So you don't want to overbake this. So 15 minutes, I always like to put it, since this is a convection oven, I like to put it on the lowest end of it instead of the highest end. So in 15 minutes, and it comes out looking great. I mean, it's real good on top. It's nice. It really is. I mean, and I love the fact, those of you that don't know anything about these skillets, this is Pampered Chef skillet. The handles do come off. I have to take the handle off before I put it in the oven. But what makes it nice is the handle is nice and cold, so I just have to grab the cold handle, stick it back on to take it out of the oven. I don't have to use hot pads or anything. I just had to use my microwave grips to kind of pull it closer so I could put the handle on. Because these handles are not oven friendly. And if you put them in there, you're going to melt them. So you have to take the handles off. But I have never seen any pans anywhere that the handles come off besides Pampered Chef. Your cast iron skillets, but I have a cast iron handle. You're going to have to use a hot pad for that because it'd be awful hot. These pans get hot and stay hot for a long time too. So, but the handle's nice and cold. Oh, you need to get your... Hi, Patricia. Good to see you. Yes, these are Pampered Chef. Now, there's a 6-piece set. There's a 6-piece set. I don't know if they raised the price of it or not. It's the 6-piece set. The last I knew was $450. You have the 2-quart saucepan, the 8-inch skillet, this skillet, which is the 10-inch, and the 5-quart stock pot or soup pot. The 12-inch skillet like this does not come with it. You have to buy that separate, which I did buy that separate. But that's the 6 pieces, and then it's got lids too. The lids are interchangeable because the 8-inch skillet is the only one that doesn't have the lid. So the lid for this one fits the 5-quart stock pot. So those are the same lid, and then you got your 2-quart pot pan that takes this different lid. I don't know why the 8-inch doesn't have a lid for it, but I use the Boil No More lid thing I got from Pampered Chef on that one. But anyway, this is a $450 set. It's very expensive, but it's worth it because you can stick it in the oven and you don't have to worry about it because it's actually for cast iron. And cast iron is real heavy. I picked one up at the store one day and I had to put it back down. I thought I was going to drop it on my foot. Oh my goodness. Ouch, would that hurt. Oh, you'll buy your grandma. Oh, she'll love it. She'll love it. These things are awesome. They're awesome. When I was younger, I used to cook with cast iron. My dad had cast iron skillets, so you know how it is to cook with cast iron. So I used to cook with them all the time. Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, she'll love it. These Pampered Chef pans are 4 layers of titanium. Awesome pans, and they're good. I think up to 450 or 480 degrees in the oven. So they tolerate that much. But I had it on 350. Oh, thank you. And these are awesome. I love these. And I'm glad I got the set. I use these so much. They're my go-to. These are the only pans I have, are the Pampered Chef. I got rid of everything else. Except one Blue Diamond skillet I bought at Walmart. I've got that. But other than that, this is all I have. I won't use anything else because I don't need anything else. I got rid of everything else I had. Sent it to my daughter to give to her sister-in-law. What she's doing with them, I don't know. But anyway, these are good skillets. So I think I'm going to get off of here now. Oh, I tell you, if you need new skillets, Pampered Chef is the way to go because you can't go wrong because you can do so much with them. And the thing of it is, they're non-stick. When you put them in the dishwater, it's just like they clean themselves. You don't have to scrub on them. Everything comes right out. You do not have to use oil in the pans unless you want to. You can buy them individually. I don't know what this one costs by itself. I was saying the whole entire set's $4.50. I do not know. I'd have to look it up. I don't have the catalog with me right now to tell you. But you can buy them individually if you want to. Oh, you far she's using. Okay. This is $450 for the whole set. One pan, but if you want to buy the individual pans, you can. However, you have to realize that to buy them individually is going to cost you more than buying the whole entire set for $4.50. But this is alone, I don't, I know, I'm not sure. I don't want to quote you a price because I don't want to be wrong because I do not know what this is. Alexis isn't in here to tell me, so I don't know what it is. But you just have to look it up on the website. It would tell you. It should tell you exactly how much you can buy them individually or you can buy them by the set. It might be, I don't know. Like I said, I can't quote a price on it. Oh, good. That's the time to buy it. I think that's probably the sales because they're trying to get people encouraged to buy for Christmas. Although, be a little late to get it to your house now. They couldn't get it to your mom in time for Christmas. So you have to think of that. But you can buy stuff after New Year's for next year or whatever for all year round. You know, I've been using these for quite a while now, and I love them. I don't know what I did without them. Let's put it this way. When I got them and I started using them, I said, well, how in the world could I have gone without these for so long? That's the way I felt, and I still do. These are awesome pans. You cannot go wrong. I mean, they're non-stick. You don't have to put oil in your pan if you don't want to. I fried potatoes for lunch. I didn't even put any oil in my skillet, and they didn't stick at all. Didn't stick one bit. There, Alex is back. So these pans, and Alex can tell you, these pans are great. They are awesome. 4 layers of titanium, non-stick. Put them in your dishwater. I wouldn't suggest putting them in your dishwasher though. I suggest you wash it by hand. Yep, it sure is. It sure is, Alex. Well, I'm going to save it for Christmas, Alex. I think I'm going to take it to my sons for Christmas. I want to try it, but everybody, hopefully I'll come in here tomorrow, but if I don't, I'll wish everybody a Merry Christmas ahead of time. But I'm going to have to get off of here in a few minutes because I've got to do my dishes, but I want to get my dogs out for a walk while I still can. So I'm going to hold this up, and this will be my final shot. So with that being said, I hope you all have a great and marvelous day, what's left of it. And if I don't come in tomorrow, I hope you guys have a blessed Christmas, that your Christmas is the best that you've ever had with your family. And and thank you, you too. And I hope that you get everything that you've asked for. I can, Alex. I'd have to know how much battery's on my phone. I'll have to find out how much phone. Trying to walk 3 dogs and scope it is a little hard. I can try it, but I'll have to see how much battery's on my phone because if I'm almost out of battery, I won't be able to. So I'll check. But anyway, I'm going to go for now. And if I have enough battery on my phone to do the walk, I'll do that. But I hope you all have a great and blessed night and have a wonderful Christmas in case I don't see you again until then. Oh, Alex, you won't mute me. Oh, you too. And I thank you all for coming in and sharing this out. Thank you for the super hearts. You guys are awesome. And until we meet again, Have a great and marvelous day. And like I said, everybody have a great and marvelous Christmas. And God bless you all. I love you and take care. Bye-bye.